Each and every Monday is $9 Monday at WagerTalk.com. All daily picks packages are priced at only $9, including $40 5% best bets. As an added bonus, all new users will receive $25 in WagerBucks credited to their accounts, available for immediate use after their initial $9 Monday purchase. So make sure to take advantage of $9 Mondays at WagerTalk.com.
All right, guys, welcome in. It is the Friday edition of the NBA Tip-Off Show, powered by WagerTalk.com. Another loaded card in the association tonight, but we got 4 games we want to break down for you, and those games will include the Celtics, the Bucks. How about Denver taking on New Orleans? We've got the Pacers we're going to talk about, and also Ski's favorite Houston Rockets team. Yes. Going to bring them up. As a matter of fact, we're going to make Ski break it down from both sides just because it's Friday and we want him to know we hate him. I'm only kidding. Ski Profit in the house, WagerTalk.com. Welcome back, Kevin Dolan here, as well as Stevie Merrill, 2 R's, 1 L, picking up the rear, hitting cleanup here today for us. So, Ski, talk to me, my man, as we head into this Friday night in the NBA. What do you got up at WagerTalk.com we need to know about?
Man, I've still only made one play today. I saw at the 10:30 injury report, it was a lot of guys going to doubtful. So I said I'll wait a little bit longer and see what happens at the next injury report. But I do have one I really like today. And yesterday was not a good day. Knicks first half lost. They covered the full game. And then Tony Finn and Rob dunked on me with the Sacramento and Sacramento over.
Yeah, I know. And I told him, I was like, you guys think you're so cool. You should have had the over in the first half. So you're not that cool. Like, who are you kidding me, man? Once Fox had like 20 points in the second, I'm like, we're done. Like, it's just, they scored 300 points in the first half alone. But that's all right. We'll get even with him, Ski, I promise. Kevin Dolan, talk to me, my man. How you been? What's going on? Last time we talked to you, I believe you got Swiss missed. But how has the NBA been, and what do you got going up today here at WagerTalk.com?
It's all good, Joe, now, to be honest with you. We got a 5% triple pack up in the NBA for tonight. Pretty excited about that because we're on a 23-14 run right now on all NBA client players, 3% or above. 71.4% lifetime on all NBA, 5% players as well. So, looking forward to tonight and obviously talk about some of these games on the show.
All right, awesome stuff there. It's a hell of a run in the association. Make sure you check out Kev along with Ski at WagerTalk.com. You can also find Steve Merrill there. And Merrill, what's going on is we got, of course, college basketball and the tournament all weekend long. A lot of NBA here. Trade deadline came and went. A lot of guys in new uniforms. What do you got going on at Wager Talk, though, this weekend?
Yeah, a big card is loaded, and part of it's tonight, just one NBA best bet, but I've got 6 best bets for college basketball for Saturday and Sunday loaded right now. I've got best bets in 6 of the 8 Sweet 16 games, and they're up there right now. Get them before the lines move. I do have an easy over shootout for the NBA best bet tonight on Friday that I like a lot, and then 3 best bets Saturday, 3 best bets Sunday. It's just a great time to maybe take advantage of that 3-day special at WagerTalk.com.
Yep, can't go wrong, guys. Make sure you visit all 3 of these gentlemen there. Let's dive in to these games here tonight, guys. We're going to start, of course, with our contrarian game and play of the day. And last night, we all cried as 1 second was left on the clock, and the ref blew the whistle against Damian Lillard as we had the Miami Heat. Made no sense. Went from -4 to actually +2.5 without Jimmy Butler in the lineup. That was a crazy line swing there, but Portland wasn't able to do it. However, tonight we're going to look at another team that continues to get all the money and all the tickets, and that being the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Boston Celtics. A familiar situation because this also seems to be right around the line movement that we watched them when they played last week there, earlier in the week, in fact, when these two teams played. Just all the love for the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'm not saying they're not worthy of the love, Ski, but we've got another 2.5 point line swing here, and the Celtics may not have won the last time they played, but they certainly covered. Do you agree with the market move, or do you think we have another opportunity to cash one with the Celtics plus the 6?
I tend to agree. I think the Celtics need to win games right now, and I'll give Teddy credit. I think he pointed it out that the Bucks within this point spread range, like -8 or under, they haven't been successful this year. I think it's like 5-15 or so. So I would ride with the contrarian play today. I think Boston can keep it within 6.
Yeah, and like you said, they need to start winning some games here. And from an injury report, looks like everyone's raring to go here. But from a 4.5 to a 6 now, what we're seeing as Milwaukee continues to get the love. Kev, what do you think, man? Do you agree with this market move, or do you think there's some value here going contrarian with the Celtics?
Yeah, exact same as Ski. I like Boston here tonight too. I thought the Celtics defense played well for the most part. Didn't start out that hot, but got better as the game went on. They held Milwaukee just 51 points in that second half. That's 7.8 points fewer than their season average. And they also held Giannis to just 13 points in that game as well. That's less than half of his season average. So there were definitely some positives that Boston could take from that loss. Tatum was obviously poor, though, just 1 from 6 from outside the arc. So they're going to need him to be much better than that tonight. But overall, I think same thing. Boston can hang here. 6 is a big number. My numbers have this closer to 2. So, if I was taking a side here, to be Boston for sure.
All right, contrarian it is. And Merrill, it was Wednesday, actually, this game, 121-119. Although it was on the back of a ridiculous fourth quarter for Boston that really brought it that close because they sucked most of that game. It was not good. But same situation here, kind of replaying itself. How are you approaching it?
Yeah, it's been a crazy head-to-head series this year, Joe. I mean, as you mentioned, Milwaukee had a huge lead. They actually were up by 25 earlier in that game, up by 15 in the fourth quarter on Wednesday, and ended up only winning by a basket. And keep in mind, when these teams played back on December 23rd on the season opener, first game of the season, Milwaukee trailed by 17 in the fourth quarter and rallied back only to lose by 1. So we've seen some crazy fourth quarters in the head-to-head meetings. As you guys know, I always like to look for the quick reversal, so I have no problem backing Boston here. If it is a contrarian play, then that's some extra ammo maybe to add to the arsenal. But it does concern me that Milwaukee gave up that big lead. Maybe that keeps them a little more focused here for the rematch. Had they coasted to a 15, 25-point win, I would have liked Boston even more in this spot. So I still like the Celtics, but we are going against a team with the longest win streak in the NBA right now. The Bucks have won 8 straight. That's actually the longest active streak, and they're 13-1 straight up their last 14. So I'm not sure it's quite enough of a price to get me there, but I do think the situation probably favors Boston.
All right. Well, this also happens to be a game that our good friend John Ryan at sportsmemo.com happens to have an angle for, gentlemen. Let's check it out, see what he says. Steve, if you can decipher, bet on home teams with a season win percentage of at least 60% that are on a 5 or more game winning streak when they face an opponent below 500 on the season that they defeated in their previous meeting. Boy, that sounds familiar. That trend, 37-16, 70% since 2000. Wow, he's going against the contrarian. Likes the Bucks here tonight, according to John Ryan of Sports Memo, and his angle of the day. Want to thank him very much for that. And, of course, you can see Steve Merrill on his show just about every day of the week there, so we appreciate that, Steve. Good job. Let's move on to our featured game of the day, if we can. And we heard a lot about this team yesterday, didn't we? The Denver Nuggets taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. Denver opens up as a -2 favorite in this one. I'm seeing 2.5s in a lot of places. The total 230. That's 231.5 in a number of the books as well. So, Kev, let me come to you here. Nuggets, big splash there, of course, yesterday at the trade deadline, but they got their asses handed to them in Tampa by the Toronto Raptors a couple of nights ago. So do you like them to rebound here, or do you think there's some value backing the Pelicans in this one?
Yeah, I like Denver to rebound tonight. That was a shock loss to the Raptors. Not so much the loss itself, but just how poor Denver were defensively. not only was that Denver's biggest loss of the season to date, but that 135 that Toronto posted in that game also was their third highest tally of the entire season. Eclipsed only by totals they put up on the Kings and Wizards, respectively, who we know are two of the worst defensive teams in the entire league. So, Denver gave up 64% from the floor in effective field goal percentage in that game. That ranked third worst in the league overall and is almost a full 10% higher than the road season average of 54.9%. So I do expect them to bounce back. New Orleans are no doubt playing well right now, especially on offense, but I do expect the best effort from Denver here tonight, not only coming off that lopsided loss, as you said, to Toronto, but also, look, we've seen this Sunday game against the Pelicans. They snapped Denver's 8-1 winning run back then. So I do expect them to be focused, and I like the Nuggets tonight.
Now, I don't know, Steve, or if any of you guys saw Aaron Gordon, obviously on his way to Denver. In some places, he's listed as active. I don't know if he'll go tonight. But, Steve, what do you think of this matchup in this spot here right now for Denver? Seems like a low number, but do you trust Zion and company to get the job done? And Lonzo looks like he's doubtful.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the trade deadline being last night, as you mentioned, Joe, I'd like Denver more in this spot. I do think it's a good bounce back for them. We've got what's a pretty good offensive team coming off a terrible shooting performance, as Kevin said, less than 42% from the field. I usually look for these type of teams to bounce back. And we also have that quick revenge angle, as you mentioned, as these teams just played last Sunday, and Denver lost that game at home as a 6.5-point favorite. So it sets up well for Denver. I'm just concerned about their focus here with the shuffling yesterday. And that's going to probably keep me off the side here for that reason. The total, though, might be the way to play it. It's a big number, 232, though. I never have a problem playing Pelican games over the total. 29-13 to the over this season. It's made you a lot of money. They're 3-3 over under the last 6. I mean, they're kind of trending, but they're not necessarily not an over team anymore. But if there is some shuffling there, one thing I say about the NBA, all these guys can score. And if there's a lack of focus, I think it comes on the defensive side normally. And the fact that Denver is coming off such a bad shooting night at just 42%, I think there's a bounce back there. So I do look for the Nuggets to bounce back, but especially offensively. So over 232 might be the safest option.
Yeah, it's interesting, too. 18-4 to the over at home there is what the Pelicans are. So I don't know. Do you look at the over and the total here, Ski, or do you think there's some value in the side in this one?
I do agree on the total. Denver trends towards the over on the road. New Orleans trends towards the over at home. They're 18-4-1 towards the over at home. Woo! So I tend to agree that there'll be points tonight. As far as the side, I'll try to make a case for the Pelicans. I think that they've been playing a little better lately. This is their role so far, 7-2 as a road dog. I know I usually say I like Denver on the road because you get a discount even when they're favorite. But I kind of looked at teams this year when they get 2 or more days rest. They're a dog. They won their last game. So far, 25-15 against the spread. That's the New Orleans Pelicans today, but it's only a short number, so makes me a little wary. I'll lean the Pelicans, though. If I had to make a play, it would probably be the over.
Yeah, I'm seeing 14-9 to the over. Denver on the road as well. So 2 teams there. No wonder why the market is continuing to raise that number now, 231.5 in a lot of places. All right, let's move on to our next game here. Interesting matchup between the finally healthy Pacers, I think, here, taking on the Dallas Mavericks. Now, this opened up 4.5. It has since moved down 3.5 points. I'm seeing ones, I think, if I'm not mistaken, at this particular point in the game. And that is coming after the news. 1 for Dallas, by the way. It's now -1 Dallas. Doncic is doubtful, the way it's listed, if not already ruled out. Of course, the market does what it does best, Steve Merrill, is it goes haywire. Its hair's on fire. Oh, no, somebody might not play. And it's already dropped, 3.5 points here to 1 on its way to, in all likelihood, a pick 'em. So does it even matter at this point? Do you like the Pacers in here, or can you not bet Dallas without Doncic in the lineup?
I'll be honest. I think the only way you play these games is you take the contrarian view. I mean, the play has worked very well here on this show. As you know, my Fade the Public videos this year in the NFL worked well. We did them for college hoops this weekend as well. And guess what? Last night, I put the Clippers out at -6.5 on WagerTalk. The line closed -1, and I won the game still. A couple times earlier this year, you guys remember me coming on this show, I beat the closing line by 3 and 6 points back-to-back nights, 9 points combined, and lost both of those games. So I know for a fact if you just blindly play against these injuries, you've made a lot of money this year. We saw the same thing in college football with the COVID moves. The lines would move a touchdown and the teams would go out and blow them out still. And we've seen it for years. We talk about it here in the NHL, NBA, these pro sports. When a key player is out, teams normally step up. The other team sometimes overlooks them. And then, as you know, Joe, you get tremendous line value. As you've seen in this game, it's dropped 3.5 points. So it's hard to make a case for Dallas without Doncic. But if you've been playing this angle all season, I guarantee you, I haven't gone back and checked game by game, but it's been well over 60%, if not better. So, yeah, Dallas is the contrarian play here. Hold your nose and pull the trigger, and it's been working this year.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that was a great job of blowing smoke up your own ass in the beginning of that, too, as well. That was great, the way you have never lost a game from the end of – that was really good, Ski. I mean, that, my friend, is art. That's how you do it without really doing
it. In that analysis.
Go on, Ski. Talk to me, my man. Which side you going in this game?
Well, Pacers have only covered, 3 of their last 14. And they've been money burners. I don't really want to look their way, but, hey, they're healthy now. At some point, they're going to become a buy. I think if you got in early with the Pacers, you're probably good on this one. But, I mean, I've seen, like Steve said, the contrarian or the overreaction. It's been cashing, all season long. So Dallas has guys that can step up. I usually would want to fade Dallas in this spot. Home teams that are rested, they won their last game as a favorite, but they had to come back from down double digits to do it. That's the Mavericks. Those teams are 28-50 against the spread. But just that overreaction angle scares me. So, gun to my head right now, I would pick Indiana.
You would go Indiana in this one here. And, yeah, I'm looking at the injury. I mean, everybody is Brogdon back. Miles Turner active here. We saw Karis LeVert in the lineup when they beat Detroit here. So, like Ski said there, Kevin, at some point they got to become a buy team. This team is too good, too much talent to be that bad forever. Who do you like in it?
Well, this is actually my best bet, Joe, so I'll save it for the end of the show. On the side.
That was almost a Switzerland call there. I'm just saying that was so damn close to Switzerland. I'm not even going to, but it's a good. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt before I flag your ass at the end. You better have a best bet here. Total at all? Did you look at the over or under at all? You got nothing on that either. Huh?
No, I mean I looked at it, but I have no real opinion on 226 to be honest.
Oh, now you got to switch that. Okay, good. We're gonna move on then. We're moving on to our overtime game here. Of course, this is the game that we take a look at the total in a matchup, and let's take a look here at the game that seems to have had some money moving its way, and that being. The hell no! Houston Rockets taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves here. Opened up at 225.5. I think we even got a 230 or so out there. Again, a lot of points to the over here, Ski. I'm having a hard time. Man, that's a big jump for a team like the Rockets, where are those points coming from? I get the Timberwolves, but is it over or not for you, or do you think there's any value on the under in this one?
Well, Timberwolves aren't playing much defense, and you get a team that just wants to run and not play any defense, you're not going to have to pull my arm to back and over. So I still probably would lean that way. Houston, you want me to talk about the side. I heard you earlier.
Yeah.
Houston and Minnesota. Oh, man, they're both kind of been on that hell no list, but Minnesota only has 10 wins. Houston has 12 at least. Both teams kind of in that situation. I expect to bounce back after getting embarrassed. Usually the road dog is a little more profitable. And with teams like this, I'm not laying points with Minnesota. So I'll take Houston off the hell no list for tonight.
All right. Well, he's got a point there, Kev. And when you don't have teams interested in playing defense, they could play a YMCA team and probably still give up $120. So is it over or not for you in this one?
I mean, this line has moved by 4 points already, so it is tough to get involved now. But there's absolutely no way I could take the under even now. Both of these ranks, both of these teams rank top 5 overall pace. I think Ski mentioned that briefly. Both teams actually rank inside the top 6 as well in short-range layup scoring as well. But, look, it's really in defense where both of these teams struggle. Minnesota 26th, 27th on defensive efficiency and opponent 3-point percentage respectively. Houston ranked 23rd in opponent points per game as well. And look, even aside from all the data, the current implosion that seems to be going on right now over at Houston between John Wall and some of that dressing room. You know, Saunders fired last month over at Minnesota as well. This game is an absolute minefield, and, you know, what a minefield is they blow up. So the over is as good a play as any here.
You got a point there. This could have 250 written all over it. But we'll see what goes on there. Steve Merrill, talk to me, my friend. You got a feel there? Has it gotten to the point where maybe the under is worth taking a look at?
No, I don't think it has at all. I mean, you know, most of the time we do these overtime games, we talk about, well, it's in the 240 range now. It's getting a little pricey. It's at 238. It's at 239. It's getting a little pricey. I mean, this game, what did it do? Open 227-ish. Mm-hmm. It's now 229.5. I mean, we're not even in the 230 range still with two horrendous defensive teams. So I don't think it is too pricey. And the thing about Houston that's very interesting, I've studied the Jazz closely this year, that monster run and then the quick fall. We've had a monster bad fall from Houston recently. And when I was last on the show earlier this week, you know, they finally got that win on Monday night. His hell yes Houston Rockets finally won Monday when it was on the show Ski. And look at what they did. They came right back and they lost by 25 against Charlotte. It's only a 4-point home dog. And they shot terribly. But during the long extended losing streak over the last month, they shot 43% or less in 9 straight games. They then shot 44% or better in 4 of the next 5 until that loss the other night. So their offense has started to get better. And I think for that reason, the market is still pricing these totals too low. I think this probably should 230, high 230 range maybe, if they're starting to play better offensively. So I think there's actually value with the over in this game.
All right, going with the over in this one. Some value still left there as Houston and Minnesota get ready to do battle tonight. That brings us, of course, to our buzzer beater best bet section here. We throw 60 seconds on the clock, and then we hand it off to the guys. They can do whatever they want with that 60 seconds, provided they give us a best bet somewhere in there. So, Ski, you running point, man, as we head into this weekend. Come on, man, 60 seconds on the clock. Nothing but net coming, I'm feeling here. Where are you going tonight?
Man, I've only made one play today, but there's another one I'm really close to playing. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. And I heard Steve mention all that college stuff earlier, so I'll just throw in that I went 4-2 in college yesterday, so I'll be looking at the college card tomorrow. And the game I'm going to go with Atlanta and Golden State. And it's the same thing I was saying yesterday, except it didn't work out. But today, Steph Curry, he's not going to play, and Draymond is questionable. So I don't trust Golden State's offense without both of those guys. Atlanta, they've been playing better defense than Sacramento. They play at the slowest pace over the last 5 games. The under is 6-3 for Golden State without rest. They went under, I think, 4 of the 5 games without Steph Curry this year. Under 5 of the last 7 for Atlanta. So I'll go under. I don't have the number. I should have it. Under 219.
219, yep. 219. Give it to him, man. 219 under. Listen, I rode with you last night, and we were finished in the first quarter. So I'll go ahead and ride again because I still don't know where those damn points are coming from, the Golden State Warriors, especially against a team that can play some defense. So, all right, Kemp, you teased us earlier. I've got the Swiss flag waiting. So I'm going to trust in 60 seconds you're going to drop us a best bet in here somewhere, brother. Come on, where you going? Talk to us.
Don't worry, Joe. You won't need the Swiss flag. I'm ready. I'm ready with the best bet there. Look, actually, before I jump into the best bet, don't forget Formula 1 2021 season kicks off this Sunday. We've already got the pack up. We posted a video earlier over on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. So if you haven't had a chance yet, head on over there and check it out. In terms of our best bet for this show, I already sent out Indiana catching 4 points against Dallas earlier. 30 minutes before showtime, it crashes to 1. But look, I still like Indiana here. No doubt the Mavericks are a hot commodity right now. They've won 40 in the last 19. But I think Indiana are getting some decent production from their bench, and they can definitely hang. I think they win this one outright. Indiana's defense has been fairly sturdy all season. We know that. They ranked top 10 in the league in overall defensive efficiency on the road this season. But it's actually an offense where they're really stepped up a bit, increasing their 3-point attempts over the last 3 games from a season average 22nd. They're now 5th in the league. So Indiana for me tonight, best bet. Don't forget about Formula 1, as I say, kicks off. 5% play up tonight as well.
Ooh, let's go to the clock. Is it good? It's good. Very good. Nothing but
good.
that there. Very good. Nice job. Formula 1 and 5% he got in there. Now we bring in the cleanup hitter. Watch this. You're not even going to know what hits you. He's going to blow so much smoke up his own ass and give a best bet, you're not going to know what happened. Go ahead, Steve Merrill. 60 seconds, my man. Talk to us. Where are you going? How great are you? Talk to us.
The foreshadowing by Joe Ranieri is always uncanny. It's like the guy has a crystal ball because I'm thinking I've already covered this game. I'm going to use the over between Denver and New Orleans. I've got extra time to do some shameless promotion, which Joe Ranieri lives for. And Kevin, I'm so glad you mentioned the Formula One package because I'm doing the NASCAR show. It'll be on live 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific here on Wager Talk TV Friday night. I will throw out the fact that Kevin Dolan does have some Formula One. I'll be sure to mention that. That's good stuff. Ski Profit, as always. I love the fact he had it's the majority of his college basketball plays came yesterday alone, which is fantastic. 6 plays yesterday. I don't know that's even possible, Ski. There were like 2 games on the board. Once again, though, I do have 6 college basketball bets for this weekend at WagerTalk.com. And I like the over 231.5 Denver, New Orleans. Ski had a great stat, 18-4 to the over at home this year at New Orleans. Denver, a lot of shuffling yesterday, coming off a terrible offensive game in their last outing, a pure over team as well. Over 231.5. I think that's the safest way to play the Nuggets Pelicans tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, see, what did I tell you? You don't even know. Get the license plate of that truck that just ran you over. Very nice, man. Outstanding job, Merrill. As always, all 3 of these gentlemen, everything that they were talking about, play perspective. WagerTalk.com. Best bets are up, locked, and loaded, not only for tonight, but all weekend long. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day all-access passes. You never got to worry about a play coming your way. As soon as they make it, boom, you get it. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day all-access passes are the way to go. All right, guys. I think, do we have our friends from the Gold Sheet have a best bet today? They do. Let's take a look here. Ooh. Are you sure Ski didn't write this? Phoenix Suns. Hell yeah. -3.5 here is the way they are looking over to Toronto Raptors. Quite honestly, I'm shocked this isn't double digits. But Toronto at home here tonight, I believe, in Tampa Bay. Our friends from the Gold Sheet and the full write-up available at our Twitter page at Wager Talk. Make sure you subscribe there. Let's take a look at the recap here. One more time. Ski. Hawks Warriors under 219. Will he learn his lesson from last night with this Warriors team? Absolutely not. Kevin Dolan says, well, let's screw you, market. Let's go. Give me the Pacers. Laying a point. Getting a point. Doesn't make a difference. Likes them outlined. Got to have a little sprinkle on the money line on that one, which I do. Steve Merrill, Nuggets, Pelicans over 231.5. And our friends from the Gold Sheet, Suns, lay the 3.5. And don't forget, guys, we'll be back up Monday with a whole nother round of NBA games in the association. Make sure you visit WagerTalk.com. Get on board with these guys. Formula One, NASCAR coming up there. Of course, Ski, he ain't done with college yet. He made 23 plays yesterday with 2 games on the board. I'm not even sure how the hell he did that, but he did it, and he won all of them. So best of luck with your plays, guys. Have a great weekend. Make it a profitable weekend. Come back and join us again tomorrow, tomorrow being Monday, and we'll do it all over again. Best of luck, guys. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Lock in all sports, all plays, all 5% best bets for the next 30 days from your favorite